Here we go. Never far from a bloodstained paddle. Heading to the bar with my brothers holding hip to metal. I smell sinners and I swear I'm running out of cheeks. Father, forgive me, but my tolerance is getting weak. Should I flatten them out or should I take a shot? Bottoms up before I pile up some body parts. The devil's in the bottle, so I guzzle from a glass. With every sip, I feel like taking out the city's trash. A fitting job for a quad of rowdy dumpster babies. We cheat to death, it's only fair that we replenish Hades. Or we could pray they repent and let God sort them. I'd rather make them profess and go to war on them. Perfect setup for the proper sequel. It's proper PC Comics, Mary boys, there is no equal. Despite our mother's worst intentions, yeah, we walk the valley and cast a shadow with death, the wickedness surrounding. Just want to go to the tavern and pound a couple lagers, but now my boots are painted red with sin and petals.
Hey guys, good morning. How are you? How do you like my new t-shirt? This is a kind of a limited edition cool t-shirt from my guest who's going to be on today. Some people know him as AIRITH. I know him as AIRITH and Brian, and I actually had the pleasure of meeting him in person a couple weeks ago in Arizona. And I went out there for a wedding for my family, and he lived in the same town as where my relatives moved to. So I just hit Brian up on Twitter and I said, hey, I'd love to meet with you. So we got together for coffee. Awesome guy, super smart. Honestly, he's like a marketing genius. I can learn a lot from Brian. So he's going to tell us about his campaigns. He's got AIRITH Saga, which he's released 2 of. I have both of them. We can kind of show what that product looks like. And his latest campaign is called Dwarves versus Lion. And we're going to take a look at that as well. But before we get into that, I did want to say hi to the chat and also mention at about 45 minutes from now, we're going to have 2 giveaways. So if you are good at trivia, get ready. And you can Google these if you don't know them. But they're going to have to do with monarchy. because AIRITH is a big fan of monarchy. So I asked him, would you like to do some trivia questions today? And he gave me 2 questions that I was thinking, wow, I wouldn't have, meeting Brian in person, I wouldn't have thought he was a huge like royalty, tutors type of guy, but he is. So if you know a lot about English monarchy, you might do well in this quiz today. So if you win the quiz, you will actually get one of these t-shirts. So you can be officially promoting the Crack Pack World Order. And it's like a $25 value shirt. I just got mine this last weekend and I put it on this morning. Fits great. I had to make sure I did some exercises so I didn't look too flabby in it. But very high quality. Brian makes these himself. He's got like a t-shirt printer or a transfer type of machine. So yeah, I like it, man. I think it's really cool. I'm part of the CG Wrestling Federation. I'm going to play you guys a little clip of that before we bring Brian in. But before we do, let's say hi to you good folks in the chat. We see Abo's here. We got Mo and Joe from Texas. And we're going to give away one of Mo's comic books tonight on the Nira X launch stream. So be sure that you tune into that tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific. That's 10 p.m. Eastern. Hey, I'm saying hi to myself. Yes, Nicholas, Team Lion. That's the thing with Brian's campaign. You can either be Team Lion or Team Dwarves. I'm part of Team Lion, but I don't know if I bought the right tier for that. I'll have to ask Brian if that matters. We have Pedro all the way from Panama, and we have the lovely Amanda. Hi, Amanda. I said hi, guys, this morning. I'm sorry. Also, hi to our ladies and our female friends in comics. It's good to be here. Glad you're here. Let's see. We've got Black Rose. B Rose is here. Bow to you, Black Rose. I think you're a crack packer. Yeah, bow. That's one thing I'm going to have to ask you guys. I came in late to this crack pack thing. So I'm saying bow all the time, but I have no idea what it means. I'm going to have to ask Brian to explain it to me. There's some crack pack terminology that goes over my head that you guys might have to explain to me. Hopefully I'm not saying anything that's offensive. Pops is here. Hey, Pops, good to see you. He just did a stream with my friend Bill Mouse. He just wrapped it up. He launched Nira X Reborn this morning with Bill and his publisher, and that's we're gonna have a bunch of people here tonight. So if you like giveaways, this is the channel to be on. We've got Power Up J-Bot. Hey, nice to see you. I don't think I've ever seen you in here before. Power Up, nice. I'm glad that you stopped in. Oliver is here. Buenos dias. What is it? Hasta. What's good morning? Hasta mañana. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not very good at Spanish, Oliver, but good to see you. I know you're close with Brian. You guys have a show that you do called, I think, Comics Gui. Brian is I don't know if he's Spanish, but he does speak Spanish very fluently. And he has this huge fetish for tamales. So anybody likes tamales is a friend of mine. Let's see, who else do we have? Passion for Drawing is here. Hey, Passion. He's actually going to be on my show next week with Edwin Azevedo. So check it out. Tales of Nova Terra is Passion's campaign on Indiegogo, and I back that one as well. So let me go ahead and just play this little CGWF clip, and it'll be a good intro, I think, for bringing Brian in. So I'll line it up and enjoy. Hey, Mix6! Yeah, I'm talking to you, man. This is Big D, otherwise known as Don Chin, part of the Primetime Wrestling Group. And hey, man, I know you think you must be tough putting me against my Primetime 6 brother, Mike the Assassin McMahon. It's going to be brutal. I don't know who's going to win, but I can promise you one thing, that whoever wins, we're going to advance Cracktimus Prime. That's right. And if I happen to win Mix6, I'm coming after you. I'm going to be delivering pain just like the Moral Compass delivers comic books. It'll be more than you can ever imagine. And you know, I got a prediction here. Me and my friend Zoltar. Yeah, the prediction's gonna be pain, buddy. Big pain. Stomach 6. If I see you after this match, I'm gonna come after you, man. You're gonna be like this little tiny little dwarf. And I'm gonna smash you. I'm gonna nickname you Puny. That's right. And I'm gonna smash you and your brother, Brian. He's a cheater. You know, and he's a little dwarf too. And I'm gonna just devour you guys like a lion. You know, and I've got someone to back me on that. This is my man, AIRITH in the house.
We got Crack Pack in the house. Crack Pack backed on chin. Air day. Bow.
Oh, I love that, man. I used that. I siphoned his energy, and I won my first match against my my fellow Primetime 6 teammate, Mike McMahon. I think that was like last week. So without any further ado, let's bring AIRITH into the studio. Hey, AIRITH. Arr.
How's it going, man?
I'm doing good, my friend. Good to see you.
You too.
Are you bright-eyed and literally bushy-tailed?
I'm definitely bushy-tailed. I'm not bright-eyed. Like I'm coming down again with you know how kids are. They go to school and they bring home cold and flu every other week.
Yeah.
They don't get sick, but you get sick. So
you sound a little cruddy, my friend. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
You gonna be all right? All right, that's good.
Yeah, I'm good.
So what's new in what's new in your neck of the woods?
Not much, man. The weather's been good. It's been 58, 64, so good. Go outside and walk around, take the kids to the playground weather.
Nice. Yeah, I know you've got two little girls, and they're artistic. I saw you post one of their drawings.
Yeah, my oldest wants to be her dream is to go to Seoul and Tokyo and draw manga.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So she we have a Korean friend who was gonna go with us to take her to one of the Asian markets so she can see all the cool kind of Asian brand stuff, and she's just like excited because that's her thing. She's very obsessed with Asian culture.
Really? Nice. Yeah. And I mean, did she like Asian food?
She loves Korean barbecue. And
okay.
she likes a little bit of Chinese food, but she's really into Korean food.
We'll have to grab some Korean food next time I'm in your neck of the woods. We don't have anything good over here. What do you like to eat? What's your morning staple?
I usually don't eat until like 11.
Okay.
then I have a power bar, and that's about it. And then I'll snack chicken until dinner time, and it's whatever my wife's making.
You're pretty fit. I didn't ask you when I met you in person when we were having coffee, but I saw a post where you said, you know, I run 10 miles a day so I can eat this. And it was like this, it looked like a huge sundae or something. Is that true?
So
do you run a lot?
Well, there's multiple reasons why I have to stay fit. I have liver level issues, which require me to have to stay active. I'm allergic to a lot of food. We learned that I'm highly kind of sensitive to carbs, so that kind of limits out a lot of my food. And then I just have certain health problems that in my family, it's mostly cancer in your 60s and 70s. So if you stay fit, you have a better chance of not getting those things. So yeah. And just the mental health too. It helps getting the endorphins running. You know, beating the crap out of your body for an hour a day or 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day, that kind of helps out. That's why I love doing, when I was in my 20s, I did jiu-jitsu 3 hours a day, 6 days a week. And that kept me healthy, mentally healthy. And I was still able to smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day back then and be able to work out no problem.
God. Burning the candle on both ends.
Yeah, I did jiu-jitsu so I could smoke cigarettes. There was my real reason.
We'll have to ask Sensei Lawrence if he approves of that workout routine. So Brian, you got, you just kind of burst onto the scene, crowdfunding scene. I saw Bancroft kind of talking about you, and he wore a t-shirt, an AIRITH t-shirt, but everybody was talking about your original first pink box. Can we talk about AIRITH first, or did you want to talk about?
Yeah, no, we can talk about, that was the first Indiegogo campaign I tried doing with comics, and it was a complete failure. I tried doing it just through marketing, but the day I launched the campaign, my Facebook and Instagram accounts were banned. The ban reason was they said I was trying to influence the 2020 presidential election.
Oh my God.
So I was like $1,200 or $1,300 in, and I said, you know what? We'll just self-fund this on card, and then when the money comes in, I'll just pay off the card. But the cool part is when I had it out, Bancroft had me on while I was kind of working on a tape 2, and we sold out of the first batch of tape 1. So I pretty much paid back every single dollar plus some for tape 1, and was able to use the profits from tape 1 to kind of put fire on tape 2 and get tape 2 out a lot faster than I was hoping for.
Yeah. I saw you. You're very charismatic. I mean, every time you do streams, whether you're just casual with your sunglasses on, I mean, you go all out. You had this awesome costume on Bancroft's launch stream, I think for your second campaign, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you had almost like a big robot head, and that was crazy.
Yeah, no, I was cosplaying actually one of the characters in the comic, and I wanted to do more of that, but the getup gets so hot on Bancroft's, I was almost about to pass out, and I had to turn the camera off and take parts of it off, so I wouldn't pass out. It just gets really hot underneath there. Plus, I had the lights on, so the UV lights were getting really hot inside the mask. So it was just kind of an oven shooting heat out to my face, and I had the face wrap on, so that really didn't help out as well. But you got to do what you got to do to promote books, right?
Yeah, you probably have a lot more empathy for people that work at theme parks wearing costumes all the time.
Exactly.
So tell us about your kind of emoticon thing here. You've got, every campaign you kind of do the double rainbow skull fist.
Double rainbow death punch is the whipped up gang name that the crew comes up with in tape 2. So there's a part in tape 2 where the Valdovas and the 3 are asking Rafa, AIRITH, and Farah, hey, what are you doing? And Farah goes, oh, you haven't heard of us, our gang? And one of the 3 goes, oh, this is gonna be good. What's the name of your gang? And so AIRITH points to a certain part of her body and says double, and Farah makes a rainbow, and she goes, rainbow. And the little girl with the mask, her robot speaks for her, and of course says death because this little girl's demented. And then Rafa says punch, and that's how the whole thing came about with death punch. So it was like on a fly where they're being asked, oh yeah, what's your little gang called? And they just kind of came up with this name, and it looks good on shirts, and it looks good on boxes.
Yeah. So let me ask you, Brian, when you came out with tape 1, what gave you the inspiration to do the box? Because I think other than Eddie's Sovereign Wolf, I wasn't seeing anybody doing these custom cool boxes to the extent that you and he did. So do you recall if he was first or you were first?
Yeah, I hate being the one that says it, but yeah, because I had the box out probably 6 months before Eddie started his campaign. So sorry, excuse me. He might have had it out. It just might not have been public. So that's why I say I don't know. But as far as out there, the box was first. But Eddie's box was pretty dang cool too. The reason why I wanted to do the box is I'm about not just the writing the comic, but putting someone into the universe and the world that I want them to be in. So the first thing that you get this cassette tape. Right off the bat, you're put into nostalgia. The cassette tape, this has got to be about something. This is what is this? Why is this tape in there? So you're already asking questions before you even turn the first page of the comic book. Then you learn that the actual tape itself is a tape of one of AIRITH's albums within the comic book. You can go to Spotify and listen to the actual album sung by AIRITH, and that tape that you're physically holding is a piece inside the comic. So now you have an actual tangible item from the comic before you even read it, and you can listen to the characters before you even read it. So it was just really a way to a marketing tool. It's emotional play. I'm holding a piece of the comic, the story, and it's a cool way to store your comic. And I know people just don't want to put boxes up. What's a cool way to display the box? It's a cool, we call it billboard in marketing. When someone walks by and they see that, they go, "Oh, what's that?" You know, it's a conversation starter when you have people over and they see one of the boxes and they go, "Hey, what's that big cassette tape for?" And now you're pitching the story for me because of the box they saw at your house or, you know, at the store.
Right. What's your marketing background? Because I know that when we met, you kind of told me, you know, you were in computers. I think you said you were in the military, right?
No, military.
No, you came from a military family.
Yeah.
Okay.
So military family,
Catholic.
military
right?
Catholic. Yeah, there's a big difference there. So, yeah, I was heavy into computers, heavy into graphic design. When I was in college, I tested out of my first 2-year program, and I was told to go talk to the counselor at University of Arizona. So I talked to the counselor. The counselor told me, "You're wasting your time at school. Go start a business." I said, "Oh, that's weird. Why would a university tell someone not to spend your money with them?" So I said, "All right, I'll start a business." And it just forced me to learn. Someone who doesn't know how to do a business. How do I get it out there? We didn't have Facebook. We didn't have online ads. It was all word of mouth, and that got me into product development. How do I get people to speak for me? Make something cool. And that's always been my thing: is get other people to do the hard work for you by giving them more value than what they paid for, something that they really like and enjoy. And it seemed to work. Example, Dwarfs versus Lion. That's all word of mouth. You know, there's no marketing dollars behind that. I'm not a big name. I haven't been in the industry like, you know, since the 90s. I only have 3 books underneath my belt. So how do I get into the market without being available in the market? And I don't want to spend money because I want to put every dollar into the product. So when you guys get it, you're showing it on camera, selling it for me. So I've always had to learn how to do marketing. It's always bootstrapped. And then coming from the startup tech world where, you know, you're told, "Hey, here's a $5,000 budget. I need you to stretch it like it's $5 million. So how do you do that? So you bootstrap everything possible. You know, a dollar is worth a lot when you're bootstrapped.
Yeah, you're smart, man. I think a lot of people could learn from you, because when I met with you, I wasn't aware of your background, and I know your wife. You both kind of do like mail order stuff, and you're very savvy. You've got, you know, all the it seems like you've got all the tools to really promote yourself. So let's see, what else can I ask you, Brian? So did you grow up kind of in the cassette tape age? Because you look a little younger than me.
Yeah, born in 81. So I was Oregon Trail generation on keyboard, not Oregon Trail generation with mouse. So there's a big difference between that. That's what they call the people born in 81, the Oregon Trail generation. Because we were the first ones in elementary school to get it, but we didn't have a mouse. Everything was on keyboard with you know, you would type in /MECC, you'd load up the screen, put in the disc. You know how all that stuff used to work. So I grew up on black floppies, 3.5, you know, floppies, cassette tapes, Betamax, VHS, Laserdisc. You know, I got to see all those technologies come and go. We were talking about that when we had coffee last week.
Yeah. Well, I think when I saw a preview of AIRITH on your campaign, and your guys were quoting, I think it was Ballroom Blitz. Yeah. I knew we were kindred spirits, because I kind of grew up in that, you know, 80s era. I think that might have been a 70s song.
70s,
Maybe
yeah,
even
that was a 70s track, but it was still popular in the 80s and 90s. It was one of those. It was just one of those songs, and it just fit the scene. I was just trying to figure out how can we establish that there's this 70s, 80s, 90s nostalgic vibe to it, without saying, hey, this comic book is an 80s nostalgic style. Well, anybody who knows that song and reads along with the panels will automatically get it. And the people that grew up in that era, they'll write me, go, man, that song was playing in my head when I was reading it, and it worked out perfectly. So,
yeah, I think it's actually on Rock Band. My wife and I play a lot of Rock Band, and that might have been one of the default songs on Rock Band. So you're a musician, you're a writer, a creator, I think you're very web savvy. So you're a man of many talents. You're a Renaissance guy. You're very, I think you're a hard guy to kind of pigeonhole. Tell us, what's in store for the next AIRITH. You mentioned some awesome covers when I met with you, like something I think people haven't seen yet. Can you elaborate on that?
I won't show those yet. Those are going to be a big reveal when we get the sign up page going in about a week or two. What you have, I can kind of show you where we're at with certain things. Let me share a screen.
Yeah, you can share a screen, and while you're loading that up, I'll show people what tape 2 looks like. I got really nice foil, and then the embossed gold ink cover, and your packaging is just so awesome, man. You did a great job. Cool pins. You got your tissue paper. Your hoodie's really cool too. You wore that when I met with you.
Yeah. No, those will definitely be going on the website. Whatever's not sold, because we're only going to make 100 of them.
Wow. Okay. So AIRITH, tell us, is this book 3?
This is tape 3. This is what tape 3 is going to look like. We're working with actually putting gold foil press on the actual tape. Whoa. So we're hoping when the tape gets to you and you open it up, it will be gold foil. And just kind of, this is really our experimental issue. I'm getting really artsy, and only because this tape kind of takes the plot that people think is starting to build, and they realize those plots that they were kind of learning about are subplots to this massive plot that doesn't even make any sense yet, because there's all these missing pieces, and you need to start looking for symbols and stuff like that. We're doing a whole 12-page dream sequence in this issue, which is going to be really interesting because I don't know how we're going to do it yet. The way it's written out on script, it's always scary. You write something on a script, but you don't know how visually it's going to be interpreted. So we'll see. But yeah, this is our goal, is to have a gold tape for tape 3. I can show you some of our. I'll show you some prints here. Actually, I can show you pages. Hold on.
I was gonna say, Brian, when I read the first issue, it felt a lot like heavy metal. Were you in the heavy metal magazine?
No, not when I was younger. I didn't even know about heavy metal magazine until I think probably not until maybe recently. I didn't know. Oh, about really? That. I was into comics when I was a kid, but I was into like Cable and Star Wars, stuff like that. I was really big into novels, and then got back into comics not until, I didn't even grab anything, but it was more collectors until 2013. Oh, wow. And now seeing all the indie stuff, I just been collecting stuff off of, Indiegogo.
If you get a chance, if you haven't seen the heavy metal animated movie, I think you would dig it. It's got some great soundtracks like Blue Oyster Cult, Cheap Trick, Journey, and it's all really cool animated stuff like Bernie Wrightson style. And I think it'd be your cup of tea. I think you'd like it.
I'll have to check it out. No, everyone's been saying this is very heavy metal. I'm like, I know what it is, but I need to get a better reference on what it is. Like, I definitely know what it is. So every tape starts with going to the present, because there's a lot of time shifts in the story, and it's done that way it's really the only way you can understand the story. And I know that's a weird way of saying it, but you introduced and right off the bat in tape 1 or tape 3, this figure, and you don't even know who it is. It could be a lot of different people. And that's what we want people to think, like, who is this? We go into, then you're thrown into page 2, which is this image.
Okay.
And it's Aerith kind of in this weird hospital bed. So you just went from a page of, it says it's the present. Aerith looks like she got beaten in a fight. Now she's being held by this weird figure, and now you're being shown this like hospital video, and there's a pause button there. So now we want people to go, okay, what's really going on? And then the next page, you're getting into this really dramatic. I mean, this page is, it's just so dramatic, so Aerith, and they're discussing kind of like a higher end plot of what's going on, and he's saying, you know, if you kill me now, I still have control of you, and she's saying that might be, you might have control of my body, but not my mind and soul, and it kind of gets you thinking, well, what's really going on? And then you have this weird static dialogue that's constantly telling her to wake up, but we don't know what does that mean? You know, it could be a dream, it could be something else, it could be you know, we're dealing with parallel worlds, we're dealing with dimensions, and we really kind of put that into the story on this tape to where the reader starts realizing that this story is going on through different dimensions, it's going through different parallel universes, it's going through different time and space, things are affected. There's going to be a scene, which I don't know how I'm going to visually do it, but it's the past, present, and future all at the same time in one scene. So you can write it out, like you can describe things to people and they'll understand it, but how do you visually, you know, how do you put past, present, and future all in one image?
Now,
and then
Brian, go ahead.
And then page 4 we're working on, which is really going to get people to question the story, is here's Aerith. Oh, whoa, hello. Why is this thing not working? Oh, I guess that works. Here's Aerith dressed in this armor, and she's now leading an army of the guys that were villains in the last 2 books. So why is, it's just all this, we're trying to dump all this information in the first 4 pages to kind of overload the reader's mind. Like, well, what is really going on here? This book is not even making any sense anymore. And then we go into some really cool flashbacks. We go into a dream sequence, and then it brings the reader back on. Okay, I think I'm starting to understand that the story isn't this comedic, you know, bantering back and forth. This thing actually has layers. It's a love story. It's a painful story. It's an action story. It's a sci-fi story, and it's got this weird, like, intergalactic dimension traveling layer to it as well. So I'm having fun with it because now I get to be artsy and I get to be kind of like the marketing part of the story is kicking in now.
Now, I think you told me when we were having coffee, Brian, this is set for how many chapters?
So it was going to be 52 books.
That's ambitious.
Yeah. Now that I've learned how big books are, I've had to rewrite it to where we'll go to tape 13, but we'll have all these side stories because side stories are pretty easy to pop out. And then we'll just jump to the last tape. And the side stories will kind of fill in everything in between. So there's a lot to the story, and I'm having to learn that I need to stop writing like a movie script. And you don't need to inform the reader about everything. They can come to their own conclusions pretty easy when you're showing them visuals. So I've kind of cut everything on, okay, we'll go to 12, and we'll just start doing all these side projects to kind of fill in the holes. We'll do flashbacks within those as well, bring in the Aerith crew in there, and it'll just kind of fill in those gaps between tape 12 and tape 52.
Okay. So we're at about 9:30 right now, Brian. So you want to switch it over to dwarves while we have? sometime. And thank you so much. If you guys haven't seen, Brian has a YouTube channel. He could use some more subscribers. You've got a lot of kind of different content there. You're doing kind of crowdfunding stuff, and you also have music videos, and you also have I think you even have like an animated AIRITH short, right? I mean, did you?
Yeah, that was the first kind of trying to bring AIRITH to life after I wrote the books. It was an animatic, and the studio that was working with me was doing it on kind of, well, if this becomes popular, you'd give us a kickback. But I learned that animation is extremely expensive. Yeah. Extremely expensive. And to even get like a 15-minute pilot, there's just too many zeros. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to do that. So my buddy said, try comics, lower cost, and you still have kind of the creative control. But yeah, okay. And now we're doing side stories. Doors vs. Line actually happens within the AIRITH universe as well. And we're kind of doing a kickback, throwback. In the book we're working on right now with Juanito, it's a side story. It's a 24-page ashcan that we're doing. And it's going to kind of be a backstory to tape 2 and tape 3, but also kind of introducing the whole arena fighting thing that's going on in Doors Versus, because Doors Versus just doesn't end at Doors vs. Line. This is a whole nother IP that's shooting off from the AIRITH IP. But yeah, so Doors vs. Line it was more of a challenge. How can I gamify a comic book? It's an idea that has been an argument between me and my buddy Brad for 20 years. It was from a fake BBC article that this guy put up so he could trick his friends. And it's just been this argument, this silly, dumb argument. And I was on Shane's show one night, and I brought up the question, who would win, 50 Dwarfs or a Lion? And it just took over the chat. And it took over the show. And I was like, people really want to know about this. Let's make a comic book out of it.
It's great. So it's one of the
made a comic book out of it. And I said, let's have some fun with it. How do we make backers the actual creators? So they're not just people giving money. They're actual people that are influencing what's going on in the comic. So I took my tech startup knowledge where I had to gamify things, because when you don't have money, you need to gamify because it's free, and that gives people incentives to do things. So I said, all right, put 2 people, 2 teams, let them go at it. And every time you back Team Dwarf, point. Every time you back Team Lion, point. Those unlock power moves. Those power moves influence what happens in the comic. The power moves can either succeed or the power moves can botch. And it's been really cool because we don't know what we're writing until we take what happened from the past week, then write the script, and then draw it. And it's cool for us because Juanito doesn't know what he's drawing. Oliver doesn't know what he's coloring. I don't know what I'm writing. And it allows it to be kind of fresh every week. You know how it is. You're writing a comic, or even a story, you're on page 30, and you're like, man, I'm losing some steam on this. So I'll put this away for 3 weeks, and inspiration will come back. This is like every week. It goes, oh, cool, we're drawing this, I guess. All right, let's figure out how it's gonna go. So not only does it keep fresh for the backers, but it keeps the creative process, constantly fresh and exciting.
Cool, bro. So let's why don't you give us your elevator pitch on this? And
oh yeah, so the elevator pitch is basic. It should always be one sentence, and I think I got it down just on that first thing underneath the header: 50 diesel powered Dwarfs versus 1 monstrous lion. I mean, if I can't sell someone on that, then the book, I don't know what to tell you, because there's nothing else I would be able to say.
No, it's great. I think it's one of the most original concepts I've seen in a long time, and I love the whole arena combat thing. I mean, it just makes me feel like I'm a kid again. So yeah. Your boxing again is like so innovative, AIRITH. I love the old retro feel to it. And so is this going to be a little bit bigger, longer box than your normal?
No, it's just shorter, so it kind of looks like it's a longer box. It'll be the same size. It's just compressed because there's just the comics going to go in there and a couple of items, so we don't have to do I think it's 1 in 7, whatever it is on the AIRITH
It
box.
looks like. Do you actually already have printed prototypes, or are those just digital mock-ups?
These are just digital mock-ups. Yeah, we'll send these to print the day the campaign closes.
Okay.
It's one of those things I have to bundle everything at once to my printer. So that means the book, the boxes, the stickers, the plastic cuts and everything. So I can't just go, let's print one, because my cost goes 10x. So if I just bundle everything at once, and my cost, it gets down to really, really cheap. So it allows me to focus more on higher print quality paper, embossing, UV coating, stuff like that.
Okay, so I think I back your Crack Pack box set. So which one will I be getting? Is it my choice? Oh, no, really? Okay.
Yeah, you're getting both boxes, both comics with the different covers. You're getting both stickers and both patches. So all that for $45.
That's a good deal. So how do you know what team I'm on if I bought that one? Because there's both.
So it gets split. What people have been doing is they'll buy the Crack Pack set, and then they'll go down here and buy just the Dwarf or just the Lion, which this is where it was based off of Eric the Guapo's suggestion, where they don't like the extra bookmarks, posters, prints, stickers, patches. They just want the book. So we made it clear for people who just want the comic, nothing else. They're not going to get any of the fancy stuff, none of the unlocked stuff. They will get anything that is treatment on the comic. They'll get that, obviously. So what people are doing is backing this and then backing one of these is what I've been seeing. Kind of the gaming of the whole of how people have been gaming it. And then if you just want, or you can go both here. But if you just want to back one team, we have the Team Dwarf box, or you can get the Team Lion box.
Awesome.
So yeah, so far right now, and then we do have our scoreboard, which was recently updated. We did unlock recently. Team Dwarf unlocked the Valkyrie Flight. Unfortunately, Team Lion botched the Mega Smash, so we're gonna have to draw that in to yeah.
Oh man, I think you put in a lot of thought into this, which is refreshing. I mean, this is unlike any other campaign I've seen. It's ever changing. It's almost like choose your adventure type of book. Exactly. So when do you stop and you know how it's going to end? Do you have a certain deadline?
Yeah, so it will be when the campaign's done. We're not going to go into demand. It's done because we don't want people after demand influencing. Plus, we need to start finishing the book, and we won't know what's going to happen in the book until we count all the tallies. Because a lot of people don't know that there's secret tiers that people have requested that have multiple copies of the box or the book. Excuse me. So people are tallying on the perk side, thinking they know the number, but that's not the full story. So once the campaign's done, we'll start counting, and people will know the actual winner when they get the book.
Okay. And you're shooting for April, or is that do you think it's gonna?
So the campaign will end I think like the first week of March. It'll take us maybe 20-25 days to finish the book, send it to print, and print takes only a week. And I don't think the shipping problem from China has been an issue recently, because we've been getting inventory in pretty quick these past couple of weeks. So it might even be getting shipped out mid-May, end of May. Our goal was July, and I only padded that because tape 2 was held at dock for 45 days. Okay.
So Brian, is it a full color book or black and white?
It's full color. It's full color, perfect bound, embossed cover. Yeah, we'll go in some of the pages. We got the cool double pill sticker that comes in the boxes.
Yeah. Sweet.
So here we're just showing the black and white, so you can see the level of detail Juanito has, and you can see the coloring to see the level that Oliver is bringing. And I've been saying it every time, Juanito draws every interior at cover level. He doesn't have to draw detailed. but he does.
Did Juanito work on Escape or Die?
No.
No.
That was a hobby from 656, those guys.
Okay. But Oliver's 656 and Juanito, yep. How did you meet him?
So Juanito was in a couple of the channels, I think Page One, and he always hung out with oh gosh, she's gonna kill me now.
It's okay.
Lula. And I couldn't think of her name because my daughter's name kind of starts the same way. So in Kayla's chat too, I was buddies with Esquivo. Esquivo's kind of been doing some work for us. We're gonna be working with him next year. And Juanito sent me this or posted this fan art of AIRITH on Twitter. And it was really damn good. Like, no one's drawn AIRITH that way before. So I said, hey man, I'm working on this supplement book for tape 3. Can we do some concepts? And he did some concepts, and I showed Esquivo. I was like, hey man, look at this stuff this guy's doing. These are just concepts. Do you think he could do sequential art? And he goes, why? I said, well, the artist for Dwarfs vs. Lion just vanished after, he got paid. I only got half of the book. I only got half of a cover done in 2 concept arts. I mean, the price was cheaper than what I would have paid anywhere else, but still it was like, what's going on here? And people said, dude, I think he could do it. So I hit up Juanito. I said, hey man, I know you're drawing pretty ladies right now, but I was wondering if concept art for Battle Dwarfs and redo this mechanical lion. And I guess I didn't know this part of the story. He thought they were supposed to be aliens. So at first he kind of drew them in like these humanoid forms, but it worked out in the end because they're actual like humans with dwarfism, not dwarves, like mythical dwarves. And especially with today's controversy going on, I think it's awesome because we're showing that just because people are dwarves doesn't mean they can't be super awesome battle dwarfs. And Hornswoggle from the whole wrestling thing, when he did the cameo, he said he's mad because it's not about him. He wants to be the battle dwarf. And hey, if this became a movie, there's 50 people with dwarfism that'd be hired, and they get to play really cool with it. They're not playing an elf or a dwarf or a fairy or something like that, or a goblin. They're actually getting to play this superhero kind of character, this awesome guy. They're not stuck in a little tiny costume role. So it all worked out.
Now, Brian, all 50 dwarves have their own separate personality. Are they all based on? I know that you've got Malin and Bancroft and probably Dojo, but are they male and females or all?
Yeah, we have a couple of females. We have Amanda is one of them. She bought one of the dwarves. Perks. Awesome. We have Shay. We have Miss Good Stuff. There's a couple other female dwarfs in there too. Plus we have just random dwarfs that get killed. And we kind of split 50-50 male and female.
Okay. So is this kind of it looks pretty violent. Would you say it's like a teen mature book, or what would you say?
I mean, the black and white is kind of, doesn't show too bloody, but yeah, it's definitely, I mean, I wouldn't care if I had a 13-year-old reading it. So I mean, my 7-year-old watches Demon Slayer. So I mean,
okay.
I think it all depends on maybe not the language that's in here is appropriate, but I think the level, the violence level is okay. But there's definitely language in here that would not be kid friendly.
Are you doing a black and white version too?
I wish we have a lot of ideas we wanted to do if we hit certain goals. And I think 18K, we wanted to do a what if issue. So let's say Team Lion wins. We wanted to do a 12-page ash can as a what if Team Dwarf one.
Nice. Nice.
Lord.
You okay, sorry, Brian? You need to take a drink or?
No, I'm good. It's just the lozenge ran out.
Okay. So my little Quacky Quiz guy who just went off. So I'm going to play our little promo for the Quacky Quiz, and everybody that's out there in cyberspace, you're going to have a chance to win a couple cool things. So here's the Quacky Quiz promo. All right. So Brian, let's do it. Go ahead and give away the BOW t-shirt first. What sizes do you have available?
I can go extra small to 3XL.
Okay. Did you see Bancroft is trying to get a kid size shirt? I think his wife was asking if you could make one for his kid.
Yeah, we can do. Yeah, we can do kid size. We can do toddler. We can do newborns. We can do. We have access to all that fun stuff.
Awesome, bro. Okay, so here's the deal, folks. And will this be limited just to U.S. shipping, or will you ship?
That'd be nice because a shirt to outside's about $20-some. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think we have too many foreign people, but just in case. Okay, so folks, here's the deal. Is Brian sent me a trivia question, and whoever is the first person in the chat to put in the correct answer is going to win the shirt, and Brian will ship it directly to you. So you'll message me.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll either message me or Brian on how we can get this to you. So let me pull up the trivia question. So this is Brian. He sent me this. He said, which monarch officially made Valentine's Day a holiday in 1537? If you don't know this off the top of your head, you can search the internet for it if you want. We won't penalize you, but whoever wins this will get their choice of a BOW t-shirt. And I want to ask you, Brian, what does BOW mean when I'm saying it?
It's just the Crack Pack's way of saying hell. It's you bow in respect, and that's what we do.
Okay.
We bow, and the other person bows, and people think it's like us saying you bow to us, and that's not what it is. It's just saying we're bowing to awesome. We're bowing to the Crack Pack.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that even better. Did you design this?
Yeah, so I think it was either Crackhead's idea. They said, can you design a shirt that looked like NWO? And I just threw that together real quick. Mo says it's misinformation. Mo. Educate us. I was told no. Oh, it's a declaration.
Mo's we got to straighten up here. Mo's in the house. Hey Mo, good to see you.
Because that's what I was told.
All sorts of people are sneaking in the chat now because they know that they heard they're going to win possibly a t-shirt. Mo says
it's a declaration now.
Okay.
But I was told something else, but all right.
All right. What you guys are so hilarious. It's from the now deleted Lord Finatra song. I did not know that. Mo is probably one of the brain heads behind Crack Pack. So I just kind of got initiated from the wrestling point of view because we formed Cracktimus Prime, so it's kind of a merging between the two. So well, let's see if anyone got the answer yet. I don't know if I've seen. Did you guys forget? Did you guys forget the? Oh, here we go. Hang on a second. Well, Mo said King Louis the Orangutan. No,
and I'm the one spreading this information.
Not Saint Valentine. Come on, you guys. You can't. You can Google it.
I didn't answer. Someone did answer it in there.
Oh, they did. Okay, hang on. Let's see. I didn't see in the comments. Do you see who that was?
Yeah, General Piggy.
Oh, okay. Hang on. General Piggy is. That is correct, General Piggy.
Which is weird that guy was the one who made it so, because he was all about love.
Right. General Piggy, congratulations. You won the BOW t-shirt. So what you can do is, if you don't follow me on Twitter or Brian on Twitter, you can send me your contact information, your mailing address to my email, and we will make sure that you get your shirt. Please tell us what size you wear, and we will get that out to you. So thank you, Brian, for volunteering that cool shirt. So our second question is for a digital comic book. It's Beyond Time's your choice of anything from his website. So let me go ahead and play a Beyond Time little promo, and then we'll do the drawing for that. Let's see here.
My father was the Black Tiger. Now I'm the Black Tiger. Not quite what I had in mind for a family legacy.
Nice work.
There's a new player shaking up the underworld. Who did it? I don't know names.
They all look alike to me.
Timothy! We need to have a little chat.
Schedule an appointment with my secretary.
It's hard enough being Black Tiger, trying to figure out how to do all this without compromising my personal identity.
Well, consider me honored to be what? The only one who knows your secret?
Kill the Black Tiger! Miss Secretary, can you fill me in now?
Have you ever seen that trailer before, Brian?
Oh,
It's pretty cool, huh? That's
that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Do you remember the original Mortal Kombat movie with Robin Chow? That was actually Robin Chow in the trailer. So Hervey's he's in Texas, but he somehow crowdfunded like a 30-minute pilot. And it's on his YouTube channel, and you can watch a 30-minute pilot that quality for free. So that's pretty awesome.
I'd love to get a minute. Just my goal with one of the campaigns is a 3 to 5 minute live action of AIRITH, but who knows how much that would cost.
Yeah, you would be the guy that could pull it off. I wouldn't bet against
I know doesn't Moral Compass, did he do the live action trailers? Yeah, he did the live action trailers too.
Did he? I don't know. I have to ask Mark. He's pretty innovative too. Okay, guys, here's
the sleeper for sure.
Yeah, he's the master of fulfillment. So now that sounded wrong. Let's go ahead and give us the second Quacky Quiz question, and that is, it's ticking. I'm sorry. I want to make it not tick. I'm going to put it big here. This is the second question that AIRITH gave me. And this will be for your choice of a digital comic book from Beyond Time. So the quiz question is, who was the only unmarried English queen? So what drew you to this kind of English history? Are you like a movie buff or a history buff?
Yeah, I was when I was a kid, I was a huge King Arthur nerd. A lot of the stories I would write were based off of that mythology. Awesome. I loved Robin Hood. And for some reason, I just love the Tudor period. It's just an interesting time. War of the Roses. You can pull so much content from that dynasty. There's just so much story. There's so much controversy behind the guy, and he literally changed the world. Did you like that movie Excalibur back in the 70s? Did you see it? That. Oh man, that's like my initiation into the King Arthur lore. It's really good. It's a John Boorman movie. Who was in it? I can't even remember who was in it, but it was good. So I guarantee if I go look at the trailer, I'll go, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, you probably have. It has Merlin in it, and pretty famous guy, I think, played Merlin. It might have even been, I don't think it was Alec Guinness, but it was somebody of that stature. But let's see if anyone's got the answer yet. Actually, Pops won, but there were some funny answers. Someone said Freddie Mercury.
He would be an unmarried queen for sure.
Guinevere was another answer, but the real answer would be from Pops, who continues his winning streak.
There you go.
Queen Elizabeth I. Very good, Pops. So you're going to win a digital comic book from John Hervey's company. Brian, we're at the top of the hour. Anything else you want to say to the crowd out there?
I think everyone knows about as much as we can tell them. Just be on the lookout for Tape 3 sign up. We'll be doing a Doors vs. Lion update today on my channel, Comics Way on Saturday night. Just keep checking out. We're going to be putting out more stuff. I'm going to be dropping probably an ash can on the website. Oh, yeah, announcement. For the next Dwarves Versus book, we will be pre-selling the dwarves on AIRITH.com. So,
okay. Smart.
We're going to try that out, yeah.
So will it be a changing adversary?
Yes, so the next one is going to be Dwarves versus Junkman, which is the villain from 656's Escape or Die.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Belmont says he wants to bow t-shirts. So how would people be able to buy that if they wanted one?
So go to AIRITH.com. Actually, let's just share the screen here.
Okay. I have your link tree too, which has everything. You've got like TikTok, Instagram, website, all that good stuff.
Oh, what's going on here?
It's okay. Take your time, man. My wife's going to be blown away that I finished by 10. I've never finished on time. So
something's going on with this laptop here. Anyways, go to AIRITH.com.
All right, no worries.
On shirts, and then on shirts, you'll be able to see the bow. Use code MAXTURBO at checkout.
All right. Thanks, AIRITH. Brian, you've been awesome. We had a great crowd, everybody. Thank you for joining us. So you'll be on, you're streaming all the time. He's got his own channel, so please support Brian. Quality of his books, I can say firsthand, are awesome. Super good dude, good family man. Bless you, my friend. I hope you feel better.
Yeah, I will, man. This happens 4 to 5, 6 times a year because the kids just, they lick stuff. They put stuff in their noses and rub it on their friends. So you know how it is.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, I'm going to exit you out and have a great rest of your day, bro.
Awesome. Thanks for having me on, brother.
Okay. Take care. All right. That's our buddy Brian, also known as AIRITH. Check him out on wherever you want, on his link tree, all sorts of cool stuff. That's going to do it for us, guys. I am out of here before 10 o'clock. I'll be here next week. And tonight we're going to have the Nira X Reborn launch party, 7 p.m. Pacific. That's 10 p.m. Eastern time, like an hour before Bancroft, if you're a Bancroft fan. I think he's already hit like $4,000. They launched on Pops's stream this morning. It's a Kickstarter campaign. So if you don't know who Nira X is, she's a spin-off character from Zen Intergalactic Ninja, which is where Bill and I first started doing superhero comics in the 90s with Entity Comics. And Nira was a superheroine that kind of came out the same time as Lady Death, same time as She. And so she's doing well on her own. She's on her 3rd Kickstarter. And so we're going to have a great party. There's going to be lots of giveaways, t-shirts, sketch cards, digital comics. And so we'll have lots of fun. So that'll be tonight. It'll be with Bill Mouse. And I think his daughter is going to be on, as well as some of the different artists, and his publisher, Tom Doherty, will also be on. And then next week, I've got 2 guests scheduled. We're going to have Passion for Drawing and also Edwin Acevedo. And Edwin actually worked on Tales of Novatera, which is the book that we're going to promote, as well as Edwin's own Ace, Volume 2. So, hey, guys, I had a great time. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless. Stay safe. And keep reading comics, man. It's a lot of fun. And crack pack backs. All right. See you guys.